it's just easier for me to have my thoughts in order if I have a slide. So interesting graph I saw recently. I wanted to share with you guys. I know you guys probably are going to be our biggest ambassadors. You know, you are the ones who are going to tell about this to other people so they can join this initiative. So just giving you some numbers to kind of impress on the people you talk to. Can you believe that 1 in 4 person in Johnson County below the age of 25 is a person of color? And that is a fact, you know. And it's getting, the number of people of color are getting bigger and bigger as the age is going down. So imagine what it will be like in another 5-10 years down the road. Second, very interesting, this you might have seen this. Our school, the Lakewood School, has 616 kids, and I think somebody was mentioning, I think Ty was mentioning, or I don't know who, but almost half the kids are non-white. So you can see these numbers. 32% of the kids are Asian, Hispanic, African-American, multiracial. So we have a huge set of non-white kids in this school. And that's why this initiative is so important, so that, so that not only do we, learn about other cultures, but kids can learn inclusion at an early age. And the kids of color, like my children, will feel pride in their own culture if, once they go to school. Just an example, if like Diwali is coming, we do so much at home, but if they go to school and there's nothing happening, it kind of confuses the children. I see Mukta smiling because she probably feels it, and similarly, sometimes the Jewish, for example, for me, this is my personal experience, when there's a Jewish festival, I want to relate to the Jewish person. I want to, I don't even know how to say it correctly. I don't even know how to say it. Should you say Happy Hanukkah? What should I say? Things like that. I wish all our children knew how to even greet each other, how to connect with each other, and just, I feel like that's the goal, or that's my vision for this program, is just to give the children a little bit information so that they can relate to other children in their, every other child in their classroom is a person of color. So just so that they can connect with each other better. And I think that is my goal for this program. Now, just let me make it a little bit bigger so I can see everybody's face. I like to see everybody's face. Yeah, there you go. So just a second. Yeah, see everybody. So one of the things that we don't know, because some of us have really little children, so we don't know that this is happening, that Lakewood is doing stuff, cultural diversity stuff. It's not a lot, but I think it's not zero. Like when I started researching for this program, I thought there was nothing happening because my children are too young to come and tell me what happened at school. I tell you, I asked them, what did you do at school? Nothing. Like literally, how was it? Good. Like that's the answer I get. I don't get details. So I don't know what's happening at school unless Miss Sekej sends the email, the newsletters. That's how I kind of come to know what happened. But last year, Miss Fee, some of you guys already know her. She's the librarian, and she's kind of the one running the cultural diversity piece in the school. She did a few things in spite of COVID. In spite of COVID, she had this, during the holiday season, she had a Polar Express happening, which was like celebrating all the different holidays during in the school. Then she created a cute little video. She does every morning, she does a broadcast with a little video or something. She broadcasts every morning. So she interviewed and kids of different cultures and broadcasted to the school. Then there's also concept of cultural trunks, which are like trunks based off of different cultures. Like there'll be a Chinese trunk or an Indian trunk, depending on the holiday. So the kids can actually open it and, feel the things. I don't know what artifacts there are, but, that's something she does for the kids to kind of experience other cultures. So there's stuff happening, but again, she's just one person, and her resources are limited. And I feel like right now, because our biggest challenge is COVID and we cannot go inside the school, there have been efforts or things happened previous years Like some parents would be so excited to share their culture. They did a lot of things, like I think, during the and during the Chinese New Year, some Chinese parents got together to celebrate the New Year. They got into the school, decorated the library, and so parents have in the past years gone into the school and tried to celebrate, share their culture with the students. But we cannot do that because of COVID. We cannot get inside the school, so that is a big restriction for us. So but I feel like we can still support the school, at least get a program in place that can be ramped up once the COVID protocols are gone, when things settle down. That can be ramped up, but we can start slow. We can start at a smaller scale and build it, right? I cannot do it alone. The only culture I probably truly can represent is Indian culture. I cannot represent any other culture. I don't even know, as I said. I want to learn. And this program, I mean, when I started, it was about me and my children, but now I'm thinking big. I'm thinking about all the 616 children. I'm thinking that each of them should feel included. Each of them my children should learn about Jewish culture. They know a lot about American culture. They know Halloween and, everything, but they don't know Russian culture. They don't know Muslim culture. They don't know any of those things. And I would like them to kind of experience it, just so that they become colorblind. Personally, that's my aim. So so here are some ideas that I came up with. And again, I said I can probably do for Indian culture, but for the other cultures, I do need help and support. Here are some ideas. Like, I tried to make it easy, like small, easy steps that probably will take you 15-20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, that we could do. We could, first of all, review the calendar. And, this calendar means the PTO calendar. PTO is doing stuff, they do programs and events like daddy daughter dance, this and that, So they could tell that, oh my God, this is a big festival that we have, and there is a big event happening at school. That's a big conflict, something like that. So flag conflicts in the calendar. Secondly, you could tell that, oh, today is, for example, I will again use, this is Chinese New Year. So this week is Chinese New Year. Maybe Mrs. Fee could send a little broadcast piece on that week to all the students, because that broadcast goes to all the students. So she could say, and you could kind of guide that message, that this is how she should say it. This is why it's celebrated. Or this is, make it fun, a little bit fun, something that easy to broadcast to elementary school students. Then PTO has a social media. They have Facebook, and they also send the emails out. Maybe have a little blurb out, we could send Kelly and Lauren, hey, Kelly, can you include this in the weekly email? This is Diwali, today's Diwali. Can you just say happy Diwali, blah, blah, blah. Or the email has a little blurb out. Then second idea was book recommendations. Again, something Mrs. Fee's very happy with. She was very excited with this idea, that we could tell them cultural specific books that we could donate to the library. So she said she can have like a shelf which has, say, Chinese culture, Russian culture, whatever you think in kindergarten student, or kindergarten means elementary students can kind of read and enjoy. And she can have a shelf where the teachers can go pick it up and kind of have a story time at school. So for example, on Chinese New Year, they can just read about it. During Ramadan, they could read a book with the class. So, and if they find, eventually, if we have a bigger budget, we could have some more student copies. Oh, we have somebody coming. So we can have some more copies in the library. Then the cultural trunks, I really like the idea of cultural trunks. This is my personal idea. Now, these cultural trunks are all over Blue Valley. There's just one cultural trunk that kind of goes from one school to the other. But maybe we could build a cultural trunk for our own school. And it doesn't have to be holiday specific. It can be about the culture itself, some clothes. I'm just thinking aloud right now. And that's why I need, parents to kind of give me an idea, suggestion. But that's another idea. I love the idea of the library corner decoration. Again, Mrs. Fee doesn't have the supplies. We'll have to give it to her. Say, maybe one corner is decorated for whatever culture you are celebrating that week. So the kids ask the questions and they see it, and just sparks it sparks the curiosity about something. I feel like that is the best way to get the kids started. Just put a little seed in their head, just plant a seed of curiosity, and then it grows into a beautiful tree. Makerspace. Now, makerspace is also another idea that Mrs. Fee does, which is like a corner where she has craft items. Every week she has a different theme, and children can go and make craft. Children win makerspace space. If it's their birthday, they get, if they feel very special because they go to makerspace and make something. And so it's like a treat for them. It's like a winning area for them. And I was thinking maybe we could have cultural specific week, like for example, like Halloween is coming. So Halloween, there's lots happening. But say if Diwali is coming, that week they do a craft that is specific to Diwali. I have thought about ideas, maybe diya decoration or something. I bet your culture has ways to include children in the holidays or celebrations. And maybe you can suggest those ideas that, oh, we could do this week. So that makerspace could have that week dedicated to that particular culture. Again, week highlight, I basically said that, we can, I think I've already mentioned this, the week highlight in the email and the Facebook. That's what I meant. I don't think I need this. This is extra. Okay, yeah, I also thought of coloring contests, like we're having a coloring contest right now. The principal sent out, hey, here are coloring sheets, color it, send it in, we'll see who wins. We can have the theme to be more specific to a culture or a holiday that you want to do. These are the ideas that basically I came up with talking to Mrs. Fee and Kelly and Lauren. I need more ideas. I need more suggestions. You guys might have experienced, some of you grew up here and some of your children have gone to other schools. Eventually, once we can get in the school, we can do more. Eventually, when we have I love the idea of having rooms during the carnival, which are specific to a culture. But again, that means we personally do it, physically do it. But I think these few things you can do while sitting at home. We can do many of these things, but yes, we need, parents' involvement. I can't do it alone at all. So I have said a lot. What are your thoughts? Anybody wants to share your thoughts after what I've said?
Hey, I really like the idea how you said kids should learn how to greet each other on certain holidays. So maybe we could ask the parents to be involved and say, like, if you have a special holiday that your family celebrates, like, how do you greet each other on that holiday? Do you just say, like, for us, it would be like Happy Diwali or something.
Yeah.
But, whichever holiday you celebrate, you can just ask the parents to make like a little video or even just send in a message about how to greet each other, because I think that makes kids feel really special. Like if other kids know about their holiday, they always, like my daughter, she's only 5, but if she heard other kids, she calls them non-Telugu kids, which is what our language is, but she would feel really special if someone said Happy Diwali to her, because she thinks no one else knows about Diwali except Indian people. So I think that would be a really cute idea, especially for the littler kids. Obviously, I only have a kindergartner, so I don't know how it would be for older kids, but I think that's a really good idea if you could do that.
I agree, totally agree. Do you have and that's one of the things we want to achieve with this. You guys are going to be the ambassadors, at least for what you feel confident about. Give us the information. I have my email ID out here. You can call me, email me. Give me the information, Mansi. This is coming up. This week is this. This is how it's done. You will literally have to tell me. Because as I said, the only culture I can do about is Indian. I cannot talk about Russian culture. I cannot talk about Chinese culture. I cannot talk about Turkish culture, Turkmen, Turkish, Mahari, Turkish?
Turkmen.
So I don't know about, see, I don't even know how to say it right. So that's where I need you guys. That's why I was so specific. Like, I need to get people in. And we got 23 families who signed up. They are not here right now. I might have
Little
one
comment
more.
about
Pardon?
I have a little comment about the I have a kind of experience before. I went to school to talk about Ramadan for the kids with the books and with the treats. And what I see mostly time people with the culture, if they prepare something, they prepare like presentation like for the adults.
Yes.
And you know, when it's a kindergarten, the first grade, they like preparing like super presentation with a lot of information on it. And when I was done with my book, other parents was like, this is so little information like for the kid. I was like, they have no idea. This is for fun. This is just like to share celebration, to share some idea, but they don't need to basically like deep knowledge about something. It's just how to greet each other, like basic stuff. So what
true.
I see in my like for 5 years in elementary school, what I see all culture celebrations, sometimes parents put so much information for little kids. So I think, which is really good, but didn't work because kids just got so confused, and I see they have so many questions. So this is just my opinion and my personal experience.
Amina, that is such, you have, I mean, I feel the same. This is my pet peeve too. If the information is too much, you know, if I start telling about the 5 days of Diwali and what everyday experience means, even my children will get bored. That's why it has to be fun. It has to be, that's why I'm trying to find things like, you know, make us say doing some craft, just telling them, hey, this is what you say to each other. That's why I want to keep it elementary grade. I mean, maybe the fifth graders might be ready to receive this information, but we have to reach all 600 people, you know. Like, I love what school is doing about Down syndrome awareness right now. You know, even my kindergartner will come and say, Mommy, you know, that's an extra chromosome. You know, she comes and tells me something. Even that little information that is a seed in her head is, I think, success. It's 100% success. So I totally get it, Amina. I am totally on board with that. And I might put it in somewhere in my presentation for the next, that keep it easy. I love that. I love that. Thank you. Yeah.
I have a quick thought. I work for 3M, and I'm sorry, this is Sudham Shritvi's dad. So 3M has these chapters for the Asian American, and there were some initiatives, some Asian festivals, Chinese festivals that I was not aware of. I think there was they celebrate dragons. I'm apologize if I'm miscommunicating that, but it has to do something with the dragons in the autumn season. So I can look up on my website, and I'm part of that Asian American chapter. And if they reach out, and maybe we can condense that to elementary version, like we were talking about, and reach out to you guys.
What a great idea. What a
And
great
the other
idea.
thing is, yeah, if any of your spouses, or if you're working, if there's anything happening, I mean, because cultural diversity is a big thing in companies, and we think we should bring it at the school level. And I always felt that by the time you're trying to get culturally diverse when you're in your 20s or 30s and you're starting at a company, it's way too late. The ship has sailed. And I think things have to be introduced at the elementary level, and what we have at work can be brought back to elementary level. And that's one source of information. I just wanted to throw it out there.
That sounds exciting. Please do share that information to me. I would be so interested to read that. What a great idea. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I am going to run out of time in the next 5 minutes. I was going to do breakout rooms, but this is a very small group, so I won't do that. So here's what I recommend. Okay, I was just going to talk about the obstacles. COVID is an obstacle this year, and our budget is just $150, so there's not a lot of money. So we have to be creative. And I feel like most of this can be done by just our typing and our brains, except the books. You know, might have to figure out how to get the books in. But we have our awesome Kelly and Lauren, and I'm sure we'll figure out a way to get the money for the books and stuff. But those are obstacles this year. And finally, I was going to have breakout rooms, but we don't have the time and we don't even have the people to do that. I was going to make you guys meet each other if there were more than one person of the same culture. So I'm going to just leave it here. We can just have a conversation here. So our next steps is, I'll start a little email chain. Our group will start and I might do one more session with the people who did not show up. And at this point, how do you feel about sending me some information, based on these objectives? Can you guys just personally go through it and see? I'll share these objectives with you and see where and how much you can help. There is no pressure. It's all volunteer. And tell me what you could do. Say, Mansi, I think I can review the calendar. I can send you the Facebook post. I can send you the email, stuff like that. These are the books I love. Just send me a personal email with information, or I love this craft. It's just the best dragon to make during Chinese New Year. Can you give me those ideas? That would be great. Yes, Sunny.
Mansi, so India itself is so diverse. I mean, you're familiar too. Then we have the North India, South India. Then you have different festivals. Then you have the Telugu New Year and the Hindi Marathi New Year.
Yeah. I know where you're going with this.
How do we address that?
Yes, I know.
Are we going to pick a certain number of holidays? Because Diwali is a common across all cities, all regions. So I just wanted to bring it up. How do we do that? How do we address that?
See, you guys are so smart. I mean, I thought about it. I forgot to include it. Yes, I think that's a great point, Sunny, because there's so much diversity within India itself. But yes, we need to find something that everybody does. So Diwali, for example, it would be the perfect way to showcase our culture, and books can be common. And I think we cannot do all the festivals, otherwise our whole calendar will be booked. We know that. So we have to pick one or maximum two big celebrations from each culture. We cannot do everything, so that every culture gets a time and mentioned during the whole school year. I agree, Sanya, and I'm glad you pointed it out. I'll add that point also in my presentation. Thank you so much.
So basically at the beginning, if there's a celebration, we should talk to this group and also collaborate with Mrs. Fee, because she's kind of organizing all these things since we can go to school this year, right?
So I will be, me, Kelly, and Lauren will be the gatekeepers. So whatever information you want, you can send it to the three of us. And we can collaborate with Mrs. Fee. Instead of Mrs. Fee getting 23 emails from parents, we'll be the gatekeepers. And again, if you need the funds or stuff, that's again a great place for the PTO to help you with that. So whatever information you have, you can send it to us right now. And then we will work with Mrs. Fee to have it included in the school. Do you think that's okay? That sounds fair, Amina?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I just want to say, even if it's not my culture, I'm so happy to help everybody. I love all this kind of diversity. It's fun. So you can use my hand if you need it.
That would be great. I love it. Yeah. So do you have anything else? Anybody, anything else? So you have to do. I'll give you next steps now. You can look at these objectives. In the email I send you out, I will actually list them out. So email me, take the minute, take a week, take 2 weeks, give me your thoughts, Mansi. I can do this, I cannot do this, I don't have the time. I have some books at home that I want to share. I love those books. This is an amazing Pinterest craft that you could do at the maker space. Give me ideas. Let's collaborate. And if you're like, Mansi, this happened in another school, this is awesome, look what this school is doing, tell me. I would be so happy to receive that information. Sounds great. I see a lot of head shaking. Great. I'm excited. Let's get this started. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Thank you so much. Do you have anything else to say, Kelly?
Nope, just thank you. I'm so excited about this. So great job. And I look forward to seeing what comes together with this collaboration.
Thank you, Kelly. All right. Thank you, girls. And Sunny. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I need to stop this thing. Stop sharing. And recording.